Hey everybody, this is Nash. I'm going to go over the benefit enhancements from Colonial Life for your 2020 open enrollment. What are benefit enhancements? Benefit enhancements, also known as voluntary benefits, are simply additional insurance plans that are not designed to replace or change any of your core benefits. They're just going to enhance them. These are individually owned products. You're going to have a menu of things to pick and choose from that will allow you to customize your overall benefits package. The benefits from Colonial Life, for the most part, are designed to pay cash directly to you if you should have a claim. So your health insurance, dental insurance, all of those other things typically pay doctors and facilities. These benefits are going to pay cash directly to you. Most of the things I'm going to talk to you about are also portable, meaning if you leave employment, you can keep them at the same cost. Disability insurance. Disability insurance is designed to replace a portion of your income if you can't come to work due to an off-the-job accident or an illness. If something happens to us on the job, heart and lung may apply, as well as workers' compensation. It's the off-the-job situations or the sicknesses where if we don't have some sort of disability coverage in place, we may not have any coverage at all. That's what this is designed to do. Provide a financial safety net, so if something happens to you, you don't have to rely on draining your savings or speaking with family members about helping you or government assistance. These plans also have a partial disability benefit as well, so if you were off work for a total disability for more than 30 days and then came back to work partially, it could still continue to pay you. You have a couple of different choices with the disability plan. What's nice to know this year is it is guaranteed issue. You cannot be turned down for coverage. And how it works is you're going to have three choices to make. First one is going to be how much coverage would you need. You can insure up to 60% of your income on a 40-hour week. What's nice with that is not a taxable situation should you have a claim. Taxes don't get withheld, nor do you owe taxes at the end of the year. The next choice you would have is how long would benefits be payable. You can do a 3, 6, or 12-month benefit period, so it would pay you for up to that amount of time of being off work. Last choice you would have is the waiting period or elimination period. That's how many days you have to be off work before you're covered. So you could have a plan that kicks in after you've been off for 1 week, 2 weeks, or 30 days. The longer you make that waiting period, the lower your price is going to be. So that's what's really nice with these plans is you have a lot of control over what you're going to pay for it because you can really customize it. So also keep in mind, again, guaranteed issue this year. Accident insurance. I think we all know accidents can happen to anyone at any time. No matter who you are, what you do, where you live, you or a loved one could get hurt in an accident. Those accidents come with increased out-of-pocket expenses. There's going to be emergency room fees, doctor fees, time off work, maybe eating out more, lots of things that come up, and that's where an accident plan can help you. These are designed to pay cash directly to you for an accident for yourself or a covered spouse or child. And how these plans work is if you look at the brochure, which you have access to, it's going to go over a lot of different things. This is just a partial list, and it's going to show you for initial care. So something happens, I have an accident, I may go to the emergency room or the urgent care center. They may have to do an x-ray, see if I broke any bones. All of these things have dollar amounts assigned to them that pay cash directly to you. Common things, dislocations and fractures. Surgeries may be required. There can be stitches. In some cases, they admit you to the hospital and you're in there for a few days. This pays benefits for that as well, not to mention follow-up benefits such as physical therapy or even just going back to the doctor to make sure you healed properly. Easiest thing for me to go over on the accident plan is a quick case study. So this is going to be our buddy Luke. He was up on a ladder cleaning out the gutters, fell off. So Luke went by ambulance to the emergency room. They did an x-ray, found out sure enough he'd broken his leg. It was a severe enough break that he had to be admitted to the hospital to have surgery. He was in there for 3 days. After they released Luke, it would be very common for him to have physical therapy sessions to regain the strength in his leg. And then, of course, multiple follow-up visits with the doctor, again, to make sure everything healed properly. How this plan would have worked in this situation is Colonial Life would have paid Luke a cash benefit for all of the different things associated with that accident. So you can see he got $250 for the ambulance trip, $125 for the emergency room, $40 for the x-ray, $1,250 for being admitted. Then it paid him an additional $300 a day while he was there, so another $900. As mentioned, every bone and joint in the body has a dollar amount assigned to it. In this case, his leg was worth $2,500. Physical therapy sessions, crutches, doctor visits. So you can see when we total all of this up, Luke got $5,715 in cash paid to him from Colonial Life. So he can certainly use that money for anything he needs, but that would definitely help cover the out-of-pocket expenses. That's what an accident plan is designed to do. New this year, we have a cancer insurance plan. Hopefully you and your family will never have to face a cancer diagnosis. But if you do, it's important to have the financial protections that can help with the treatment, recovery, and incidental expenses that may not be covered by health insurance. That's one of the things that when you're fighting any of the major illnesses, you can run into a lot of incidentals that don't have a doctor's bill attached to them. Not to mention you're off work, your spouse may be off work, or a loved one going to and from doctor appointments with you. You could have out-of-network treatments, extra meals out, traveling, not to mention your deductibles and co-payments. These plans pay cash directly to you while you're undergoing these treatments. This is a partial listing, but to give you an idea, this is going to pay cash to you for radiation and chemo, anti-nausea meds, medical imaging, surgeries, reconstructive surgeries, traveling, lodging, second opinions, experimental treatment. All of these add up and pay a cash benefit directly to you to help ease the financial burden. What's also nice with these plans is they have a wellness benefit where once a year, if you're going in for your annual screening, this is going to pay cash to you every single year you have one of those done. Hospital indemnity insurance, also guaranteed issue for the 2020 open enrollment. You have two plan options available to complement the specific health insurance program you may go with. The first we'll talk about will be the low plan. This will pay a $500 hospital admission benefit or a $500 or $1,000 benefit for outpatient surgeries, as well as a $500 benefit for specific diagnostic procedures you may have done, and a $150 benefit for any emergency room treatment. That's the low plan. The high plan would pay you $1,000 if you were admitted to the hospital, $1,000 or $2,000 for outpatient surgeries. It still pays the $500 for specific diagnostic procedures, as well as the $150 for emergency room treatments. Again, this is guaranteed issue for this year's open enrollment. So if you would need help with your deductibles and that sort of thing, might be a good thing to take a look at. Critical illness insurance is also guaranteed issue for your 2020 open enrollment. Critical illness insurance pays benefits for diagnosis of covered critical illnesses such as heart attack, stroke, end-stage renal failure, major organ failure, and for an additional fee can include cancer as well. This pays a lump sum benefit directly to you upon diagnosis. This also includes a $50 wellness benefit where once a year, if you go in for certain cancer or critical illness screening tests, you can get back $50. Again, health questions are waived for this year's open enrollment up to a $30,000 benefit. Next, we'll talk about a couple of additional life insurance plans. These do not replace or change any of the plans that you currently have, but the first one we'll talk about is going to be the term life insurance. Term life insurance is going to be the least expensive of the different kinds of life insurances that are out there. It still pays benefits to your beneficiary on a tax-free basis, so that's important with most life insurance plans out there. The term life plan that we're offering also can be converted to a cash value plan at some point down the road if you wish to do that. These plans have a built-in terminal illness accelerated death benefit that would simply pay 75% of your face amount to a max of $150,000 if you're diagnosed with a terminal illness. This plan also includes the employee assistance program called LifeWorks. This gives you confidential counseling, referrals, and information to help the policyholder and or your beneficiaries manage financial, legal, emotional, and other life issues. Term life insurance is guaranteed issue up to 5 times your salary to a max of $100,000 in coverage for you, $25,000 for spouses, and there's a child term rider you can get for a $10,000 benefit. New this year is whole life insurance. This is guaranteed issue for your 2020 open enrollment, and this is a very exciting plan to have available to you. Whole life insurance is a fantastic program, and with Colonial Life, they have some very unique features that other plans don't have. So the whole life insurance is designed that your premiums are guaranteed level. They do not increase because of changes in your health or age. So you lock your rates in at the age you are as of January 2020. Your death benefit is designed not to go down. These plans also build cash value, which is the money that you're paying into it over time does accumulate that if you had to cancel the policy later, there would be some cash value you could pull out of it. This plan also has a terminal illness accelerated death benefit that would pay you up to 75% of your policy's face amount if you were diagnosed with a terminal illness. One of the other unique features with Colonial's whole life plan is it is issued with an advanced claim payment of $3,000. That comes right with your policy, that with the combination of that plus a death certificate would allow your beneficiary to immediately get a $3,000 benefit. Very helpful while they're trying to get the entire claim paid out. Lastly, there is a waiver of premium. That 6 months of continuous disability premiums are waived until you would come back to work. This plan also includes two other very unique features. The first being the chronic care accelerated death benefit. This would advance part of your death benefit in monthly increments, or you can take a reduced one-time lump sum due to a chronic illness. A chronic illness is defined as being unable to perform at least 2 activities of daily living for at least 90 days due to a loss of functional capacity, or requiring substantial supervision to protect the policyholder from threats to health and safety due to a severe cognitive impairment. So that's a way where you can get part of that money in your life insurance while you're fighting a chronic care issue. Also included, critical illness accelerated death benefit. This would pay $5,000 of your death benefit to you if you were diagnosed with heart attack, stroke, or kidney failure. Couple of other things for your spouse and dependents. You can take coverage out on your spouse as a standalone policy, so buy them their own policy that they can keep forever, or you can do a rider that would cover them for 10 or 20 years. That's going to be the least expensive option. Couple of options available for children as well. First one would be the standalone child policy. So that would work just like the plan we were talking about for you. It locks it in at their rate or at their age, builds cash value for them. They can keep it forever. The other option would be the child term rider. That's again going to be least expensive, but that's not something that they're going to be able to keep forever. The last thing here with the whole life insurance is there is a policy available that you can take out for your grandchildren. So even if you don't need additional coverage for yourself, your spouse, or your children, you can start a policy for your grandchildren based on their age and lock their rates in at that young age. This is guaranteed issue for the union member up to $150,000 if you're under 50, $75,000 for ages 51 to 60, and then $25,000 for ages up to 79. You can go higher than those amounts. It's just then we will ask some health questions. So what happens next? Well, obviously review the information we talked about. The brochures are all on the pscoa.org/union benefits site. You can connect with a benefit counselor either on site. We will not be at every location and every shift, but we will be at a lot of them. But we also have a call center that's open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 844-341-8824. You can call with questions, or if you know what you want to do, they can certainly take care of you. Remember, guaranteed issue on most products is available for this open enrollment. What that means, if you do not elect to take any of these programs now and you want to add them later, you certainly may apply, but at that point it's going to be subject to some health questions. So depending on how you answer the questions, you may or may not be able to get the coverage issued. Right now, don't have to worry about it. Guaranteed issue. Thanks so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you or talking to you in the near future. Thank you.